Hi guys! Today we will learn about intensive foreign language training. So in today's topic we are going to talk about principles of intensive language learning and design an intensive course language curriculum. So there's lots of information that we have to discuss in today's lesson. So we have divided our topic into several parts. So let's dive into our content first. So firstly, we'll talk about the description of intensive course. Then we'll discuss about the best intensive language learning schedule. Then we'll learn how to create our needs analysis. And finally, we'll talk about how to create our intensive course curriculum. So I have given lots of questions about the intensive courses to my student. However, I get lots of different kind of answers about the intensive course. So some of them may say that intensive course is a course that gives fulfilled information and complete information about the language and can shape your four skills. But other one says that intensive course is not a fulfilling course that can provide you all kind of information that is relevant for the students, because they have experienced different kind of intensive courses without taking any kind of needs analysis. So what is intensive course itself? An intensive course is an educational program designed to deliver a significant amount of learning in a condensed period. Unlike traditional courses spread over weeks or months, intensive course compress the curriculum into a much shorter time frame, demanding a high level of focus and commitment from participants. So there's a question: what do you think? How long usually intensive course takes? 3 months? 6 months? A year? Okay, I have listened lots of times 3 months and 6 months answers, but while the exact timeline will vary depend on the specific course you choose, if you are able to put 10 hours, remember 10 hours a day to learn a language, then basic fluency should take about 48 days for easy languages and 72 days for difficult languages. So in this sentence, I will answer you, I will question you and ask you to pay attention the words like easy languages, difficult languages, 10 hours, 48 days and 72 days words. So because we'll discuss about this words and later on. So when compared to how long a language takes to learn with only 1 or 2 hours a week, intensive course offer a significant shorter timeline. In fact, intensive course language course can take as little as 1 week or 4 weeks to complete. Foreign Service Institute conducted research on this topic and divided the world's language into 3 categories. According to their letters and the other kind of specificities, the following language for learning timeline include the time usually expected for student for each and integrated score 3, speaking plus listening, on the Integrated Language Roundtable scale. So actual time can be vary on several factors, including language learning natural ability, prior language experience, learning experience, and time spent in the classroom. A typical week can be 23 hours per week. It can be 70 hours on self-study. So in the category 1 and category 2 and category 3 and category 4 includes different kind of languages. So in the category 1, you have to dedicate about 24 to 30 weeks for the languages. That is, we can call them languages close to the English languages. So in the classroom, hours can be 552 and 690 classroom hours. So in the category 2, we are including another kind of languages and approximately you will spend about 36 weeks, and the classroom hours will be 828 class hours. And the category 3 will include hard languages, and we call them hard languages we'll spend about this hard languages about 44 weeks, and the class time will be 1012 class hours. In the category 4, we can call it super hard languages, languages which are exceptionally difficult for native English speakers. So remember, whenever we are separating this languages into categories, we are taking as a English language, and the other languages, the target languages. So in the category 4, we'll spend about 48 weeks, and the classroom hours will be 2,200 class hours. Let's dive into the, let's look at these categories one by one by mentioning the languages that is target, is a senior target language. So in the category 1, as we talked about, we'll spend about 24 and 30 weeks. We can include here Danish language, Dutch, French, Italian, and Norwegian, and Portuguese. And you have to spend about 24 weeks for each one. Only French language can take about 30 weeks here. In the category 2, takes approximately 36 weeks. We can include in this line German language, Swahili, Malay, Indonesian. So in the category 3, we have called them hard languages. Yeah, the hard languages that is significant difference from linguistic and culturally different from English language. And we can include here Albanian language, and Armenian, Azerbaijani, and Bengali and Bulgarian language. And finally, in the category 4, the most difficult languages like super hard languages. And we can include here Arabic language, Korean language, Japanese, and Chinese language. Let me stop here and clearly define why we'll call super hard language they are. Because the language above we have mentioned usually uses the Latin alphabet, but in these languages, Arabian, Korean, Japanese, and Chinese has own alphabet, which differs from the other languages. And students usually dedicate much time for only learning their alphabet first. For example, if you take as an example Arabic language letters have the 3 kind of shape in each one. In order to write one letter, you have to learn 3 forms of a letter, because the letter can be in different form and at the beginning of a word in different shape, and at the end of the word in different shape, and in the middle of the word it can be in the different shape. So in the Korean and Japanese and Chinese letters also different, and their word sentence structure also differs from English language, totally differs from in English language. That is why we call them a super hard language, and it can be learned by a bit longer time rather than in comparison with other languages. Let me introduce you best intensive language learning schedule. Whenever my students took intensive courses, they usually cope with not dedicating enough time or overcoming their difficulties. So we recommend either half-day or full-day classes depending on your availability. If you can commit to a few hours every day, you will be surprised at how quickly your language skill will develop. And if you can commit full day to your learning, you will make even more progress. Of course, the most important thing is that you find a schedule that works for you and that you are able to stick to. If you miss too many classes, imagine that you are going one class and you are not taking another class because of your own private work. It will be difficult to catch up with. So make sure you understand your availability before you commit to a course. So calculate your daily time, how long you can dedicate to the intensive courses without being at work or without doing your house chores. You can totally be in the class. Some things you may want to consider when deciding on your learning schedule could include, so consistency is also key. Dedicate time every day, even if it is just 30 minutes. Remember, even if it is just 30 minutes, you have to all day. It's okay if you are not engaging with all day English class or with your languages. However, even if you are not in the class, you have to spend about at least 30 minutes every day. And variety is also essential. Mix up every kind of activities to keep your brain engaged and prevent burnout. Because every time, whenever we are doing the same kind of activity every day, we feel burnout, or we don't want to do it again. So variety is also essential. Active recall and spaced repetition. Focus on active retrieving information and review material at increasing intervals. So in the language learning environment, immersion is very crucial thing, because without learning any grammar, without learning any kind of structure, only by immersion you can also possibly learn English language as much as possible. With any other language is also possible. So immersion as much as possible. Surround yourself with the language through media, conversations, and even change your phone languages is also crucial and helps you to improve your knowledge that related to the language. So prioritize speaking. I have observed many of my students, they have good knowledge in reading and writing and in speaking. However, they don't have enough knowledge in speaking. They don't dare to speak in English. So speak even if it's imperfect. It is crucial for fluency. Balanced grammar and communication. Dealing only with grammar every day cannot increase your other skills. So engage your grammar, join your grammar with your communication. Don't get bogged down in grammar and the expense of actual communication. Make it enjoyable. The tasks that you are doing every day should be enjoyable. If it is not fun, you are less likely to stick with it. Find activity you are genuinely enjoy. Track your progress. Seeing your improvement is highly motivating. For example, when I was learning an English language, I felt like a burnout. I felt like the language is not interesting for me. Whenever I began to speak with native speakers, I feel more motivation and I wanted to learn English as much as possible. So tracking your progress helps you to upgrade your motivation. So in the next line we'll offer you some sample daily schedule, and we call this schedule balanced schedule, balanced approach. Because you have to spend here not your all day for learning, but 6 and 8 hours a day you may spend your learning. From in the morning 8 o'clock till 8:30, review your vocabulary by using flashcards or Anki or similar speed repetition systems. And from 8:30 to 9:30, do your grammar lessons using textbooks, online course books, or tutorial works. Tutorial videos, watch them. Okay, so from 9:30 to 10 a.m. take breaks. While breaks, stretch, do meditation, or grab a snack. At 10 o'clock or till 11 a.m. do active listening, but focus on understanding the meaning. Do not do any kind of exercise or tasks related to the listening. You can use the podcast, music, news in the target languages in order doing to such kind of listening activities. From 11 to 12 p.m. do speaking practice. In the speaking practice, you may find any kind of language partner. If you don't have any kind of language partner, just Google it, and you can find lots of language partners in the Google. So you can also have a conversation with your tutorial. Even if you don't have any kind of person to talk, just record yourself and try to use the grammar and vocabulary whenever you are speaking. Okay, so at 12 o'clock to 1 p.m. lunch breaks. Take lunch, listen to a podcast or watch a short video in the target language while you are eating. From 1 o'clock to 2 p.m. do reading. I will highly advise you to read news articles, blog posts, and greater readers' books. So look up unfamiliar words and phrases while reading. So the one concern that my students will face in the intensive courses are the breaks, sleeps, and nutrition, exercise, and other kind of things that they unconsciously do in their learning progress, and they don't know how much time dedicate for them. So we have an advice how to take them. So breaks, schedule regular breaks, 5-10 minutes every hour, and long breaks every 2 and 3 hours to avoid mental fatigue. So sleep, prioritize sleeping 7-8 hours per night. Sleep is very crucial for memory consolidation. Without sleep, you cannot memorize any kind of vocabulary or grammar tasks without putting any effort. So nutrition is also important because nutrition helps us to gain more energy. Eating healthy meals and snacks to fulfill your brain, and do exercises. Usually students, whenever they are doing grammar tasks or any kind of task-based works, they spend their more time on the sitting desk and doing the exercises. In short, they have sedentary lifestyle whenever they are having intensive course. But physical activities improves their focus and reduce stress. So doing exercise is also very crucial. Social interaction. As for me, when I was learning English language, I felt myself as isolated from society. I prefer to spend much time for doing my own work, engaging with reading or listening with besides speaking with others. But they advise us. The experts advise us do not isolate ourselves, because finding ways to connect with other learners and native speakers give you more comfort and more relaxation to fulfill your energy. And putting realistic goals. Start with a manageable schedule and gradually increase the intensity as you progress. Don't try to do too much too soon. Monitoring progress and adjustment. Regularly assess your progress and adjust your schedule accordingly. If something is not working, don't be afraid to change it. Don't be afraid to rest. If you feel burnout, take a day or 2 days off to recharge. It is better to take a short break than to push yourself too hard and give up altogether. So in the next line, we'll advise you intensive language learning tips. So make sure to know communicate your goals and deadlines to your course provider in advance of the training. This will help them to design a course that is tailored to your specific needs. Be realistic about your availability and make sure you are able to commit the necessary time to your students. Use all the resources available to you, include online resources, apps, books, and extracurricular activities to immerse yourself in the language. And finally, don't forget to have fun. Learning a new language should be enjoyable, so make sure you find a course and schedule that works for you. So we have already talked about what is intensive course and how an intensive course can be taken, and we have discussed what kind of tips can be very crucial and helpful for us while having an intensive course. However, there is one crucial thing before beginning any kind of intensive course, that is a needs analysis. Unfortunately, in our country, many people do not know what is needs analysis, and they don't conduct needs analysis before beginning any kind of courses. However, the course being successful in the course is highly related to the needs analysis. Needs analysis refers to the process of identifying and evaluating the specific language learners' needs, goals, preferences, and challenges for the learners before the start of the course of training program. This process helps educators design a curriculum that is relevant, targeted, and effective by aligning the content and methods with the learners actually required to succeed in the real-world language use. So why do needs analysis before a course? Let's find out for this question to answer. So to tailor content to learners. Not everyone needs the same vocabulary, grammar, or skills. Needs analysis helps you focus on what's relevant. For example, you may teach medical terms for nurses. You may teach medical people, yes? but you may teach a business people. If you are teaching business people, you have to teach them business vocabulary. If you are teaching medical people, it means that you have to teach them medical terms. It avoids time. It avoids wasting time on content they'll never use in their real life content. To identify skill gaps. For example, the students they have strong skills like listening and weak writing, but others may have greater grammar knowledge but low speaking. Confidence. Knowing this helps you balance your curriculum. So to set clear motivating goals. When you know why learners are taking this course, for example, some students may take this course for preparation, as a preparation for the exam. But may also take this course as a job interviews, for the job interviews. But others may take this course in order to travel in the foreign countries. So you can set practical and measurable goals, keeping motivation high by connecting lessons to real life needs. To choose the right teaching approach. Some learners prefer task-based learning, but others may prefer structured grammar instruction. But the other half one may prefer conversation-based practice. A needs analysis helps you to match your teaching style to their learner's learning preference, and to improve engagement and outcome. When learners feel the course is designed for them, they engage more deeply, retain more, make faster progress. So you may have a question, what does needs analysis usually include? What kind of needs analysis questions have to include? So you have to include language background questions in your needs analysis, and daily habits and availability questions, preferred learning style questions, challenges and goals questions. At least these 5 kind of questions have to be in your needs analysis. And when it comes to the types of and the forms of the needs analysis, you can take it as a survey or placement test, or you can take it as an one-on-one interviews. So we have talked about needs analysis, and now let's create our curriculum as a teacher. So how to create my own intensive curriculum? What do you think? So in order to create your own curriculum, you have to define the purpose of your study, of your course, and outcome that is expected from your students. So give several questions to yourself. What is the goal of the course? What is the target audience? What will student be able to do by the end of this course? For example, by the end of this course, 4-week course, UX Boot computer course, students will be able to design a complete wireframe for a mobile app. So decide the format and duration of the course. Intensive usually means shorter and immersive, and so choose the total length of the course. Maybe 3 days, maybe 1 week, maybe 4 weeks, maybe 4 months. Let's identify it. Daily structure, hour per day. How many hours you are going to teach in a day? So live or self-practice. What kind of lesson it can be? So delivery, the ways of delivery. Is it online lesson, in-person lesson, or hybrid lesson? Which one? You have to decide beforehand whenever you are creating in your own course. So we are offer you a tips here. Break long days into modules, blocks. For example, 3 hours content, 1 hour hands-on, and 1 hour question and answering lessons. So break down the big goals into modules. Divide the main skills topics into smaller chunks in order to be manageable for the students, modules or weeks. Arrange them logically from fundamentals to advanced, because putting the lessons from the advanced, creating your lessons from the advanced level information may feel some kind of demotivation for students. So beginning them from fundamentals to advanced, it helps your students to be motivated and engage your lessons without any kind of anxiety. Put 5 requirements for your each lessons. So Find out about the learning objectives, then find out about key principles and theories, give introduction and detailed information in each lesson and about in each topic, and mixed activities or hands-on practice. And whenever you are creating any activity, please be attentive for your students' choice. Is it that mixing by pair activities, individual activities, and group activities, and provide them in the class and out of class with the resources, suitable resources like slides, reading articles, videos, and templates. And at the end, don't forget, do not forget to check their understandings. In the checkpoint, provide them quizzes and assignments. Add assignment and feedback loops. So assignment is also very crucial thing, because whenever students find out about their results, they will demotivate or get motivation, or begin to work from the beginning, or they'll continue in the same track. So to help learners and you track progress, weekly quizzes or practicals. And in this period, in this level, peer reviews and instructors' feedbacks also very crucial, because getting feedback from their peers can be a lovely travel for them. So final project and presentation is also crucial, because in their final project you can find out how long and how much they have learned about the lesson. Choose your tools and platforms. You know, in the modern era, there is lots of online tools that can be very crucial and that can be very useful to your students to find out your lessons and to deliver their lessons. So use Zoom platforms, Teachable, Notion, and Google Classroom if you have an online classes or extra classes for your students. And content is also crucial. Slides, Canva, Google Slides, and Docs and PDFs also very crucial in whenever you are creating your own class. Provide this kind of materials beforehand, or provide this kind of materials in each of your lesson. So engagement, Slack, Discord, Live, and question and answering is also very helpful to engage your students in the classroom. And assignments like Google Forms, Trello, and LMS also very helpful to your class. So let's talk about now tests, launch, and improvement. So run a best test with a small group and get honest feedback in each lesson after your lesson. It can be a peer feedback, it can be a feedback in the written form by you, or improve the structure, content, and pacing. So that's all of the information that is related to today's topic. Please do not forget to follow us in the sites and our social sites like Telegram, Instagram, and Facebook. Thank you for your attention.